Hi, welcome to my tube. My name is Margie. I'm a Heoka empath, and I just like having these little talks and the way I feel about things. Being a Heoka empath, man, it ain't no joke feeling. Whoo, going with the flow, man. Our morning long to this today, it was just weird. It was just a glorious day. I just want to start this talk by inviting God, Source, God, in, Creator, in, to the room, into the chat, into the room. Thank Godness, thank goodness, for living in faith and not in fear, and then feeling once the wave crashes, just reprieve is what that is what grace is when you have faith. When you have faith that your ass ain't gonna be hanging out for too long, it might be hanging out for a while, but not for too long. You're given grace that things are just gonna be okay, and then one day you reach that it's gonna be okay. And today was my day, and tomorrow's the first day of fall. I love fall, man. Hayrack rides in Omaha, out in in the skids in Omaha, Nebraska. Had a lot of good times in fall. Falling in love in fall. Scorpio season's coming up. First we got Libra, so things are coming back into balance. Things are coming. I got a shower today. I got to give a little girl one of my T-shirts. 12 years old. She's like, I like your shirt. I'm like, you know what? Thank you. Okay. And I came home. I got a box of something I haven't sold, because I had this idea and it fell flat years ago. So I was like, all right. So I was like, she's my friend's granddaughter. So I was able to bring her that. I was able to make amends today to somebody that was long overdue. And I would have preferred to have it done in face-to-face. You got to make allowances. Times are changing, stuff like that. And that's the thing. Some things I like to keep private. The thing of it is when I started doing this talk, I got to do full disclosure because I got to encourage other people to do these behaviors. That when you are wrong in life, that you got to go to the people and say, I was wrong. And it is uncomfortable. It is disgusting. It is sick. And it's like, sometimes feels like wearing your skin inside out and swimming through the freaking abyss like on the Shawshank Redemption, and just that you make your own shit. You got to clean it up. So I got to clean some of my shit up today. And I talked to my brother. I already made my man, but I talked to my brother. It's a new world, folks. It's a new world. We haven't spoken in a year. Because I realized what happened is I almost had like an energetic shutdown because I had to face everything all at once. Because I looked at the calendar. I've been trying not to look at the calendar, and it's like, okay, now we're at next week. You gotta go. So I was just like, all right, I'm not gonna go. So I just reached out. I just found some grace and then reached out, and then I made my amends. This amends that has been weighing on me for days. And I'm not even kidding. As soon as those two things happened, I finally got calls after like weeks of trying to get a hold of people about places. I finally got movement there. And now my brother's helping me, and freaking there ain't nothing that he and I can't do together. That's why it's been so hard, because I'm like, man, you got all the power, Mo. You got all the power, dude. In a heartbeat, all you gotta do is, and he's stepping up. And I've been praying so hard. I meditated like an hour today. Oh, here's another glorious thing that happened today. I started laying down to meditate. I thought I was down for like 45 minutes in hard. Mom comes and knocks on the door. She doesn't do that. She only does that if somebody's at the door. So I'm like, I jump up to go address the door. I'm not even fully, my spirit ain't even back in anchored in my soul sack yet. I'm just like automatic pilot, right? And I'm just like, because I'm meditating, and then she's like, someone's at the door, and I was meditating. I freaking go out into the ethers when I meditate, so then there was Benny's medicine. I put Benny's medicine that was recommended Zymox? I can't remember what it's called. I'm going to show the bottle because if your dog has ear infections, as soon as I put this stuff in, like I open it out of the box, I'm like, all right, Benny, this is the stuff. This is what they, and I put it in, got the right, because you got to order it online, got it, came mail, put it in, and as soon as, he had like instant reprieve. I'm like, this is the consistency I've been looking for. Because I'm like, these veterinarians, all they do, because like, the solution, the cleaning solution is so harsh. But I found a solution to so many things today because God is good, and I just keep putting my faith in God, and I see other people doing it, so I got 2 prospects of potentials, or two callbacks and a potential, because a friend, it's these situations that every people my age, we're 40, 50, our parents are, we got to take people in. I'm just setting the way. I am 46, and I know there's people that are in their 20s that have to take care of their, and it's all about community living, because I know that the timelines are shifting, and so we're gonna have smart cities or community living out in the sticks, and that's pretty much the way things are going, and the people that will comply, and the people that will not comply, or and that's the thing. It's freedom of choice. I don't want freaking anything in me, unless it's God, spirit, soul, source, to heal me, and but I know that there's a lot of medical advancements, but I ain't into anything that Muskrat's doing. Nothing that Muskrat's doing. That guy is diabolical. That guy is. I didn't even know anything about him because he just creeps me out, and I finally went down a little bitty anthole. I'm like, dude has like 5 kids. They're all freaking test tube babies. That's what they used to call them. Test tube babies. Oh my God, it's just all so creepy. It's all so creepy. Tunnel kids and stuff like that. Anyway, I hope there's some lives on tonight. I hope people are doing lives. Oh wait, I'm doing a live. But I get excited because then I don't gotta talk, and I could just like watch the chat and stuff like that. I hope there's a live tonight I could go hang out in. Oh, Marge, you want to finish the one you're doing first? What a freaking clown, man. Oh my goodness. I got to go, Mom, I talked to Jerry. She's like, is he gonna help us? I'm like, Mom, he's gonna help us. She's like, we're gonna get closer to the girls. I'm like, yeah, Mom. Yeah, Mom. Oh, blessed be, man. All the things. That's the thing, is because it's so hard, because I have been such a fearful person in my life, because I've had some scary shit happen to me. You would not believe some of the stuff that has happened to me. Anyway, so once you get this vibration, it makes you a little skittish. It makes you a little apprehensive in life. It makes you a little, yeah, I got trust issues. It would be fucking weird if I didn't. That's the thing. I used to just trust people. Just, okay, I'll tell you, you're my best friend. And it's just like, Margie, they're not for you. I'm like, I don't care. They're nice to me. People are nice to me. I'm like Corey Haim at the end of his life, only I'm not going to let ego. I thought about that in meditation today. How many people know of ego equated to the acronym easing God out? I hadn't heard that in a long time. I was reminded of that today in my meditate stay. When I go for money, property, prestige, there's no room, there's no spirit in that. There's no spirit in that. That's why this place that we're looking at is about 45 minutes from my brother and his family. And up somewhere around like Chico or something like that. And there's a Foxhall there. There used to be. I don't know. I know that group. It's all about inclusion, and I just have been shut off. I'm kind of out of practice on how to dealing with people and stuff. I go on recall, like when I went over, because I came home and I got the shirt, and then I brought it back to her, but I'm just like, maybe her mom doesn't appreciate what this represents. And so I was like, hey, can I didn't ask permission, but can I give your daughter one of these T-shirts? You know, she's like, "Oh yeah, Marge, no problem." And I was like, I should have thought about that before, you know, because people you assume because you don't know what other people's beliefs are. And I'm like, but I came up with this when I was 9 years old. I was a 9-year-old little girl, and I knew I was gay. I knew women were pretty, and I wanted to marry a woman, but I also knew that God hated gays, and so I was like, well, forever bound to damnation, because, you know, I want to put a pink peg in my little car when we played Life. I wanted a pink peg for my pink peg. I never really wanted to be the blue peg. I was actually going to have top surgery, but I got braces instead. I'm glad. That is such an evasive breast reduction surgery. It's so evasive. I'm so glad I didn't do it. But what other weird? Oh, I was thinking about mom. Mom is always like put herself in a line with these freaking tough and hardy type people, but they're always the people that I needed to learn from. There's this one guy, his name Joseph Flock. He freaking escaped from communist freaking Czechoslovakia in like the 80s. So you think we got it bad? Well, I don't know. I guess maybe it's kind of like that ish. If you could put the twist on it, I don't know. I'd have to go back and read some text, and I'd like to hear about it, you know, from his account again with my adult eyes. Anyway, he had a freaking like a little dude was freaking a survivor, you know, and he had missing digits. He had like the get fingers missing and stuff, and he was building his own cabin up in his house up in north of Shasta Lake, up in that community up there. And he would take mom out on dates. And they would like get one plate, one meal, and then he would go around to the other plates and like bust the tables and eat the excess food. Because when you're a survivalist, there's still puddles of people in the Mediterranean, puddles of people that see they create devastation, so there's mass puddles of people, and then they can go in and take all their kids and eat them and shit like that. Because there's too many people to keep track of, and with all the people, you know, you just can't, and it's just like build a bunch of freaking, you know, apartment complexes and open the door and say pick, you know, like Real World, like they used to do on Real World. Well, it's like extreme house makeover for the whole earth, you know. So this whole economic system, dude, you know how frustrating it is that I can't get a place because of fucking numbers and economic systems that don't have shit to do with the algorithm of my fucking my heart. It's stupid. It's just like every lender I talk, it's like, oh no, you know, and then freaking Creighton Jesuit University. Bastards. I worked for them 5 years. I got my car loan for them. It got repoed. I only owed $1,600 left. They have a $2,000 lien on me. And that was the most uncomfortable experience of. It's like, dude, you people should compensate me for having to put up with your misogynistic, disgusting bro club, you know, for 5 years, you know? And having to deal with fucking Christopher Arison and his scumbag. Dude isn't even a manager. He's like tucked away in an office now because people can't stand him. But he's been there for so long, you can't fire him. He's just, you know. He's the reason why I quit. You know, and they put it to the. And it's just like. So my whole life is just by the grace of God go I. My whole entire life. That's it. It's just seconds and inches, you know. Because freaking rules. As much as I try and follow the rules and do what they say, there's just always the person who makes an ultimate decision to either freaking help me out or fucking hinder. And I've had a lot of hindrances for years, frankly. I'm softening up, and I've, you know, maybe I've have my come to Jesus that people recognize this softness in me, and I'll project cooperation instead of whatever disdain I've been doing for the last little bit. Who's in the talkie room? Hi, Fragine. I love those flowers. Are the most badass thing in the freaking world. Oh my god, they just keep blooming. I'm just like, I didn't take them out. It was today was such a busy day. They didn't get sun today, But those, and Mom just like, Margie, these flowers are so, I'm like, Mom, they're the, I love flowers. I love flowers. I love flowers. Yeah. Today is full of good news. And the thing of it is I gotta be chill and I gotta take it easy, because you always, is as wonderful as things are, there's always a dip. So it's like the heartbeat. We're all just a heartbeat. So no matter, yeah, everything, all this wonderful news, there's always something to come with it to just, to remind you. Thank you for the blessings I have received, and I will stay grounded in this, on this earth plane, and and try not to gloat, and try and just be appreciative, and thank you, God. Thank you, Jesus. I got a pretty good feeling that I'm gonna sleep good tonight, I think. And because I got a lot to be grateful for. I mean, I have, but now I just have that much more. I have that much more. Hanging out with Standing Turtle. It's kind of interesting. All these people are talking about their alter egos. And someone said earlier in their chat that, like, they change their ego, and it's like they make and then they change genders, because they're doing all that stuff with genders. And I'm like, even though it's uncomfortable being a woman and all this stuff, I'm like, I am always identified that I was a woman. Even though it'd be like, yeah, it'd be so cool to be able to be standing up and shave and stuff like that. But I've been men in previous incarnation, this is my experience as a woman, so I'm trying to live it fully, and and a lot of women haven't been able to live as women because they just have been objects, and a lot of men haven't been able to just be themselves because they're just been some kind of objects, and people are coming into the alignment of themselves right now, and it's pretty cool. So I thought it was interesting that they're changing that somebody interested, because I watched this freaking video, and I could only watch it for like a minute and a half. It was Mad Donna, and she had the X patch, and I'm just like, dude, there is nothing of her left of what there was when you watched earlier video, when she was all young and innocent. She was dating the bad boy Sean Penn, and his anger and his rage and all that, stuff. And she don't even look at it. She looks like and all that stuff, and how people see, because I talk about disassociation when the spirit aspects under traumatic or freaking crazy circumstances, you become disheveled. You lose your shit, and then sometimes all your shit the pieces don't all come back down in the same pattern that it left in. And so sometimes people, you lose that. So sometimes people lose their goodness. Sometimes people just hang on to their goodness and go into their goodness. But, some of us have done a lot of work to call in our aspects. All of them. Summons all aspects. All masculine and feminine, So sometimes I'm like, I hope people don't get the wrong idea. That's one thing. That's one of my character defects. I over-explain myself. Because if I were to give myself a name, it'd be Standing Turtle. But my name's Margie. I go by Marge. Like The Simpson. Because sometimes people think I say March, like the month. So I like to say, my name's Marge, like The Simpson. So I think it's going to rain. There's dark clouds overhead. That would be nice if it did. This truck is still sucking air, but I did get a new gas can, or gas lid, a lockable one, so it cinches tight. So maybe there's a little looseness in there and it's sucking air. It's causing a little vapor lock. I'm still troubleshooting, confounded. Because it just, I'm like, oh girl, what's going on in there? What is causing this distress in you, my love? I'll figure it out, sweet. But she could just be running rough because I've been running rough. As above, so below. Stuff happens, man. You don't think freaking everything has energy, everything has a vibe. All those Volkswagen shows that, all that stuff. You gotta take the good with the bad, because there are so many good freaking movies. I don't care what. I mean, my life was traumatic before freaking I ever saw anything on Disney, produced. I was thinking about how they used to always test me for stuff, put me in. I was tested for the weirdest shit, and like they always take you in school where you'd have to like hit the buttons, and it's like the early versions of the computers, I guess, kind of things. But I'm just like, man, I wonder if mom knew about all that stuff that they were doing. You know? I wonder, because shit, they didn't know. They didn't have her consent when she had me and was born, and they cut her uterus in half and freaking took out her ovaries. I wonder what the statute of limitations for that is. I wonder what the statute, where's her compensation for that? She's human. That's a crime against her. And how many other women is that storyline? God bless the whistleblower for coming forth with that storyline. That they're still doing it. They're still mutilating women, sterilizing women for their own dirty deeds. The deeds dirty. Nasty. Straight up Satan loving, Lucy loving, Lucy Fairy loving. In the name of Jesus Christ, I rebuke you, Satan. It's just all bad juju. What time is it? I told Mom I'd get her some ice cream. We had pot pies today. I'm like, Mom, this might be the best pot pie I've ever had in my whole entire life. Oh my gosh. The skies are opening, definitely. I'm trying, G-Dog. I'm trying to get down your way. I got some pretty cool homies in Sacramento. I'm trying to get there, yeah. Coming down your way. About an hour, 54 minutes out from Sac. Up the 99. Yep, the energy of Libra Equinox is palpable. Big stupid trucks with lift kits. I don't like them. Not today. Yeah, because you're about to come into your spring, God bless you. God, you're about to... You know what? LJ, Lita Jones, you keep out. Take your camera with you, because there's going to be so many new species. You could be the recipient. Ooh, there's... Of like, you could see the first of many things this year. Just know that, just be ready and willing to receive. That's what's, until I really attribute a lot of my come back to God vibration to, my devotion or my appreciation or my, whatever you want to call it, to Jessie Zaboter. 'Cause, she really reminded me of my faith and how strong it had been and how I let that faith muscle slack. So, it's just been since I've been receiving her messages and her talks and things like that, and her hopes and things like that, that it's allowed me to reestablish mine. And because of that, my feeling hurts right now. That's weird. Because of that, I'm getting to a place of contentment. This is really bothering. Is Mercury retrograde? What's going on with Mercury? Because that's one I can taste, because I have one of those old-timey crappy feelings, Mercury feelings. So I swear, I shit you not, whenever Mercury's flipping around up there doing crazy stuff, I taste it in my teeth. It's freaking so weird, man, but it's true. It's like, Anyway, but I've been real skittish of the vibrational frequency of love, so I haven't been able to receive love in my life, because I don't know what it felt like. Because my parents, I mean, it wasn't a kind of loving environment that I grew up in, so it's like I really had to learn self-care, and Jessie was like paramount and to help get me over the catalyst to be like, you can do it, man. You know, God raises people out of tombs through concrete, and you know, if it ain't your time, it ain't your time, and you know, if you got a story, it's yours to tell, and with all the beautiful blessings I've received, just you know, from coming back into my faith, I just have to encourage more and more people. You know, and the thing of it is because I went through shit and hell and stuff like that, is that I will go into your hell with you. I will go, and it's in my astrology. If you go to the Peace Dealer, I really like that kid Michael, on his page, and go in videos. If you search reading for Heyoka, that's me. Okay, he talks about how I have the ability to straight up help exorcise demons. So of course they're going to be attacking me all the time, you know, because I always get picked on by the biggest fucking dumb mother's fucker in the room, you know. So I've learned how to handle myself, and it's basically I just make them look dumb with my big words, and then it's like, what are you going to hit a girl? Sometimes they do, and then I just duck, you know. Just got, what do you do? What do you do? What do you do? I don't know where we go when we go all. We're all connected. Hey, Carl, I'm glad you're here. I was just going to wrap it up, and I was just like, I'm going to wait a couple more minutes and bask in the glory here of the goodness. Thank goodness. It's kind of on fire right now. You know what? I don't even care. Oregon's been on fire. I can deal with fire. I can hang with fire, because fires go out ultimately, and it's about to be fall. And I'm pretty good at cleanup too, so I can help with cleanup. Dude, and just to get, you don't understand, to get to mom to be closer to her granddaughters, man, that right there is magic. And it'll be magic for my brother too, to see me with his, because we all have the same face, and we all act the same, we all have the same mannerisms, we all clown around the same and stuff, and we're all witty and clever and stuff like that. And we just, you know, it's about family, right? Isn't that what the whole world is about? And we're all related. We're all connected, dude. We're shades of the color spectrum, you know. And we're related in the stars, from way back in the stars. Not just like, you know, just I'm Native American, native to America, and part of my blood is native to America. It's it's native to Scandinavian countries. It's native to Germany, you know, all these. What they really care about is where it's connected in the stars. That's the storyline that's coming out. It's all alien. It's all alien, man. It's all alien. It's everything's all about the aliens. It all leads back to the gods, source gods. Good orderly direction, you know, not hurting things, being a highest service for everyone, man. Think we're about to reach, dude, we're for the first time in how many hundreds of years. Take this in for a moment, dude, because it's kind of trippy. We have the potential to actually have heaven on earth for the first time in hundreds, maybe thousands of years, even if it don't last forever, even if somebody always tries to take it over or whatever, but it don't matter, because we have the potential. It's raising. The potential is raising, because everybody wants it. Everybody's tired. Everybody. This is how the meek is going to inherit the earth. It is so freaking beautiful, man. I was telling my brother, I was like, I never wanted to be one of these God-loving freaking, what is happening to me? I bless everybody. I'm like, praise Jesus. I'm one of them. Oh, I didn't know if it's starting to sprinkle. I ain't talking trash. I ain't looking for no lightning strikes, man. Look at all the lightning strikes. Look at all the lightning strikes that are coming around, and that the famous people and stuff, because they sold their souls, so they're getting their lightning strikes. Everybody's getting their lightnings right. So either people are coming into their Jesus and people are going to start receiving the bounty and the gifts from their Christ, crystalline Christ consciousness, because we're all raising up carbon based, We're all diamonds. We're all diamonds. Some people just have been profiting on our spirits, and they're all being busted out. They're all being all the nasty, dirty, nasty. People are gonna be like starting to say, "What are those? Who is in you? Who are you wearing? All those Super Bowl rings? Who are you wearing? Who had to die for the team rings and stuff like that? Ew, ew." Say something good, Marge. I had a good day. My organs don't hurt. I got a shower, man. It's been like freaking. I freaking wash. We stay clean. It's just I ain't living no different than the soldiers have to live in the desert with like handy wipes and stuff like that. Yeah, it ain't no different. So I do it for my fellow soldiers still out in the desert, in solidarity. Because I haven't had running water there. I've been living in the sticks too, because of the city planners. It don't bastards. Anyway, it don't matter because it's all coming to a beautiful crux, and because I haven't been mean, because I got to change my pattern every year. The sun, the planets go around and around, and it brings stuff up in us every year. Every year we come back to the same stuff, and it's always, are you coming to live more from spirit or more from ego? And every year, it's like, how many people start out going to the gym, but you're still another 8 pounds up from what you were last year, or 20 or whatever, because I eat my feelings. So my weight when I'm scared, but now I've been, since the vibration, I dance it out more and stuff, and I got plenty to do, because ever since I was a kid, I always heard, you got too much energy, go burn it off. Go burn it off, go burn it off. So I've been burning it off for 46 years. But I've eaten my feelings, and I know what it's like to freaking, because food takes you back to a place where you're okay. And when you don't feel okay, you do whatever you can. Alcohol, it escapes you. It totally takes your spirits, and it's deceptive and it's manipulative, and there's no spirit in that. So people like me are coming forward, and we're talking about our crazy stupid lives and telling our truths just to help other people realize you ain't the only one that bad shit's happened to, man, and that you can get past bad shit, but you gotta forgive the people that trespass against you, just like you gotta go forward and say, I trespassed and I was wrong, and I'm trying to be a better version of me than I was yesterday. So not just I was wrong, but here are the ways that I was wrong, and then how can I make it better? And then you got to be able to take whatever that is. And people got away from the spirit of that. Now people are coming back, and for that I'm grateful. That's all I got for now. Hope you have a rad evening.